This week's title is A Mother's Love, showing a mother and baby giraffe. I wanted this to be like it was done in a portrait studio, so I tried to create some kind of background that looked like it was one of those photographers' backdrops. Then I did my traditional sketch on top of that and refined the sketch. And then I just started painting solid color that I could use for selecting things out in the end. Then some bold colors. Started on the mother giraffe first and just did some general colorization and spots and so forth, just the general idea. Then I started working on, from the farthest thing back, the back ear. You can see that here. And then working on the little mane that she has. And I was really using the mother kind of as, well, how am I going to work out the giraffe in the front, the baby giraffe? So how do I do the markings? How do I do the fur? And so I was kind of working those things out on the mother giraffe because it was kind of in the background, in the back, and not the main focal point. So you can see here I'm working on some fur technique. I smeared it, and then I went back in with a stipple brush, and then drew the fur, individual fur. So kind of back and forth, just trying to see what I thought would work best. Again, since this is not the focal point, your eye wouldn't be brought to that. And I can just kind of blend it in the background and just work out this process of how I'm going to do the giraffe fur on the baby in the foreground. So again, starting on the back, and you'll see me toggle on my sketch. That's the white thing on top there, toggle it on and off. And working out the right ear now. So kind of working from the top, and then I'll do the bottom lip of the mother giraffe as well. Throwing some shadow in there so it doesn't look so flat. And now coming up and working on kind of the bump and the little two horns there on the top of the giraffe, mama giraffe's head. And you'll see again, I'm just working out how I'm going to do that furry texture. It's kind of a soft, very short fur, not long fur like it was when we did the bear. And so it's a little different approach. Put the fur in, and then come back and have to do the markings kind of again on top of that. Put some shadow in. As always with the fur, it's very much a building process. And I can see I'm coming back and putting the markings back in again. Now I'm going to start working on the eyes, even though they're partially covered up here. Left eye, and I'll work on move my way across to the right eye. And I'm turned on the baby giraffe in front so I could see, okay, how much detail do I need to put in here? How far do I need to go down on the mama giraffe? Now start to work on that right hand side. Put the shadows in, put the highlights in, define the eyelashes, define the eyeball shape there. And then just a little bit more underneath the eye. And then I'll move down to the mother's nose, down at the bottom here. Putting in the dark fur. Again, this is going to be behind the baby, so kind of put some shadow in there to make it look like it's behind and doesn't pop out. And I'll use a duller color on the nose on the mother so it doesn't pop out. And then start working on the baby giraffe in the front. Same kind of thing, put the general colorization in there, markings, then start working on those ears, same as the mother giraffe. Work on the back ear, now working on the front ear, and then coming down and working on the fur, particularly the mane right now, trying to make it look like tufts of hair staking up. And that's just done with just kind of almost like a pen brush and just kind of going over and over and over again. And I'm using different colors, light colors and dark colors, kind of getting a mottled effect on the mane of the giraffe. And then coming back to the markings, and I didn't like them just being flat color. I want to see some variation, which you'll see. I work on that as I go throughout, trying to get that variation with the shadows, so it looks like the baby giraffe markings wrap around the giraffe's neck as well. So now coming back and putting in there, you can see the shadows, putting the shadows in there. And then coming back and putting strokes of fur on top. And then I didn't really like it, so I kind of took some of them off or lessened them a little bit. And the markings kind of keep getting lost, and I have to go back and forth, and you'll see me put the original sketch layer on top, so I can say, okay, I've gone way off base on my markings, because I took careful time to plan them out, and then they get kind of lost, because as you doing the fur, it kind of gets lost again. Now going back into the face, little tufts of hair on the top there. I don't know if you saw me put those in. And now doing the face itself. And the same thing happens on the face. You put the markings there, and then as you draw, they kind of disappear. See, I'm putting some shadow behind the mother giraffe, kind of make her feel like she's standing off the page there. Now going and doing the top of the nose of the baby giraffe. I'm doing more on the eye and around underneath the eye. I'm working on, actually, it's kind of subtle, but working on the top above the eye and the nose, constantly working back and forth on those two things, trying to give it the right texture. There's places on the giraffe where the fur is kind of very thin or very, very short, almost looks like just rough skin. Then, of course, on the neck where it's longer. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe.